morning, everyone. It's Ty Smith, financial advisor with Manulife Securities Incorporated. Alongside me is my partner, Marc, financial advisor with Manulife Securities Incorporated. And welcome to another edition of the Friday Five with Hamel Wealth Management Group. Today, we're excited to be joined by Carol Lynde. Carol is the president and CEO of Bridgehouse Asset Managers and the chair of the board of directors of the Investment Funds Institute of Canada. Carol, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, we're thrilled you could find the time. So let's jump right into it. Your company is an asset manager, yet you've rolled out this extensive program surrounding mental health and how it relates to financial planning. Could you tell us a bit about how this all came about and what the motivation was behind this initiative?
Yeah, sure. You mentioned we are an investment firm, and my day job is providing investment solutions to the advisor community. And as part of that role, I spent a lot of time on the road. And back in the end of 2016, I started to hear a lot of different types of stories from advisors about their client base and some of the challenges that they were experiencing with their clients. And these were different stories than I'd heard in the past. And I came back into the office and we decided to do a little bit of research around mental health concerns and the financial advice relationship. So we partnered with the Canadian Mental Health Association. And through the Canadian Mental Health Association, we were connected with a number of professionals within the mental health therapy field. People like lawyers and psychiatrists and mental health practitioners or therapists. So we put together a panel. And the reason we put together the panel was to see, can we learn as an industry in the financial services industry from the mental health area to port some of that learning into our industry? Because why should we start from nothing, right? It doesn't make sense that we should do all of that work within our industry. And sure enough, as we ran that panel, we realized that there was great information that we could learn and tools and resources that we could port over from the mental health experts. And in addition to that, we decided that we would engage a research firm, Navigator Research, and we did qualitative and quantitative research. And the whole point of that, Ty, was to see, we had this hypothesis that, if you look at the overall statistics in Canada for mental health challenges, 1 in 5 Canadians will experience a mental health concern in any given year. And even more staggering in that statistic is that 1 in 2 Canadians under the age of 40 will experience a mental health concern before they reach the age of 40. So if you think about those statistics for Canadians, it makes sense that advisors will be dealing with clients who are experiencing those types of challenges, either their clients or the client's family members. And if that's the case, how are advisors actually dealing with that? And what can we do to help them in dealing with those types of issues?
So Carol, in response to that need and as a result of the research that you did, your company's developed a whole bunch of tools and resources that tie together mental health and financial planning. And that's really become in some ways the new standard for the industry. Can you share some details on what those resources are and how our clients and how advisors can use them and where you're hoping to take this program in the future?
Absolutely. Thank you, Marc. One of the things that I spent a lot of time talking to dealer firms and advisors and regulators about is the concept of the trusted contact person. And I think that this is a role that's very, very important. We're all aware of the power of attorney for personal care and for financial matters, but the trusted contact person is what I would describe as an emergency contact. Someone that you and your client decide is that trusted person that the client would be very comfortable with you reaching out to contact if you're concerned about your client, any of the transactions that are happening within the accounts. Perhaps you haven't been able to contact your client for a period of time and you're concerned. So there's all kinds of different reasons why you may want to do that. But having that discussion with your client allows you to reach out to that person if you are concerned. And I'm seeing that being rolled out across the country now And I think it's really, really important that advisors have those discussions with their clients to identify that person. We also have something called the SMIS document. It's the Stress Management Intervention Strategy. That's why I call it SMIS, because it's a really long name. But the whole point of that document is to really think about if there is an emergency, what would we do? Or if there's some type of market volatility like we saw back in March, if there's a life event that happens, a baby is born, there could be a divorce, there could be loss of a spouse, and then there could be physical or mental illness. So if any of those three types of events should happen in the lives of your clients, what are the types of things that you can do to help your client through that event? So this document really leads you through what-if scenarios. And I mentioned earlier that we have just launched a new research piece, and we ran this research December, January timeframe, and had some respondents through the pandemic period as well. So it's interesting. But we're now just reviewing the results of that with Navigator Research, and we'll be pushing out, based on that research, more tools and resources for this particular program.
That's great, Carol. There's definitely a lot to think about, and certainly a lot of really valuable information packed into that, especially when we think about, I just read recently that by 2030, a quarter of the Canadian population will be over 65. So that trusted contact person becomes really important. We appreciate you taking the time to join us during this busy period. On behalf of Ty and myself and our clients, we want to thank you for your time today and hope that you stay safe and well through the rest of this period of time. Take care.
Thank you very much. And you stay safe and well as well. Take care. Bye-bye.